Hey everyone, it's More Crafts, back for another video. So this is episode number 8. I'm sorry I've been kind of MIA for quite a while. The last time I did a video was back in February. I kind of lost my Crojo for a little bit. But I do have to say, with everything that I have finished today, or this morning, it was 6:09 on Friday morning. It's the 17th. It's, I guess, St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day. I was in a funk for a little bit, where I just didn't know what I wanted to work on. And I would start things, and then I would fall out of them. Like, I started them because I wanted to work on them, and then I was working on them, and I fell out of love with them. So then I frogged them, and this went on for, like, weeks. And I just was in this, like, real weird funk where I just didn't, like, I wanted to crochet, I wanted to craft, but I'm like, what craft do I do? And then, like, I just was in this, like I said, it's in this funk. And I did a lot of bead weaving there for like a week. I made some beaded bracelets. If you follow me over on Facebook, you would have seen them. And I'm going to show you them now because they are for sale. They're $15, and that includes shipping and stuff. So I did this St. Patty's Day one. You can't even see the shamrock. But there is a shamrock over here. Yeah, you can't even see the shamrock. But so this is a little cow, and over here there's a pot of gold. So this is one. And they all come with chains, so you can make them however big or small you want them. And all the hardwire is 100% hyperallergenic. So there's this one, so it's 15. And like I said, that includes shipping. And then I did this really cute one here. This one is a cow with chicks and tulips for Easter. And the same thing, it has chains on both sides, so you could make it however big or tight you want. So, and then this one is paw prints. It's rainbow paw prints. So you have all the colors of the rainbow, and then again it has the chains on them. And then this one I finished. This one is dolphins. Somebody asked me if I could make a dolphin one, and I said yes. And I made it for them, and they never answered me back. And I posted it to Facebook because that's where they saw my other ones at. And I had somebody message me about a paw print one, and I made that one first. And I said, and I said yes, I could make a different paw print one because I have a couple paw print patterns. But of course, they never got back to me. And then somebody wanted a panda one. And I said yes, I can make a panda one. And I sent her like 4 different patterns that I thought she would like, and she never got back to me. So, and somebody wanted, like, oh, that one just came off. Just because didn't have the jump ring closed completely. But I can make other patterns. It's just, if you ask for something specific, and I say yes, I can do that, and you don't answer me back, that kind of makes me think that you weren't really interested in. I'll have to fix that later. That you weren't really interested in the first place. So don't do that to people, okay? If you are not really, I understand people get busy, but this was 2 weeks ago, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why they haven't messaged me back. And there's other ones that I want to do, other patterns and stuff. It's just, well, first of all, I'm running low on a lot of beads. I have a lot of beads, but when you make the background color, you go through a lot of beads, and I use black and white for a lot of the bracelets. As you could tell, there's black and white in every single bracelet that I did. So it's kind of I need black and white, but I don't have the funds to get black and white. So, but yeah, so that's just my bracelets that I've made. And I have a lot to talk about today, guys. So get a drink, start working on something, or prop your feet up, because it's probably going to be a while. Now, I did make a video last Friday, but last Friday we were supposedly supposed to get a storm. And Graham texted me right in the middle of the video, and asked me if I was up and if I was ready to come home. And I kind of felt rushed in that video, so I just deleted it, and I'm like, I'll do one next week. Or yeah, this was last week. I'm like, I'll do one next week. But this week I definitely have my Crojo back, because I have finished 3 projects this week. And they are all, one of them is a king blanket, and 2 of them are smaller blankets. So, and I only have 4 whips. So as you can see, my boards are missing behind me. So there's going to be, I'm just going to get this out of the way. So, there's going to be a couple changes back here on the wall. I am getting a shelf from Temu that is going to go behind you along the long wall. And the little shelf that is over there is going to come back here. But I have been wanting to dabble in painting again. So I decided, because I got this shelf, the shelf is hopefully going to be pretty big. It's supposed to be 4 shelves high, but it's supposed to have 8 caddies, or 8 cubbies, I guess. So I already have plans for 3 of the cubbies, well, 4 of the cubbies. So one is going to hold my cotton yarn. The other one is going to hold the items, my project bags that I'm selling, my Notion bags, and things like that. One is going to hold my crafty things like safety eyes, felt, buttons, things like that. And another one is going to house my canvases for painting. Because like I said, I would like to get back into painting. It's just, my canvases right now are in a bag. And I haven't looked in there since we moved in here. And the little shelf that's back there is going to come back here. And my mom's best friend had gotten me some little wooden things. Like there's a little birdhouse, there's a unicorn, and there's a couple other things that you can paint. And I think I am going to paint them and put them back here on my little shelf to display them. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And as for the wall, some of the things that I paint is going to go on the wall back there. I have a more crafts. It's like shades of blues and greens and a little bit of yellows, I think. And it says it's like has more crafts painted in black. And I know it's in this room somewhere. I think it's in my closet. And the reason why I am getting my shelf is because my big shelf is because I want to clean my closet out. I want to get everything out of my closet other than a couple totes that I can start storing things into. So it's going to take a little bit, but this wall back here, I think I'm even going to take my lights down because I don't use them. I put them up there and I haven't turned them on since I put them up there. The only thing I am not taking down is my more crafts, like, comment, subscribe, and thing. I'm not taking that down. And I'm going to figure out a different spot to put those. My friend Christina made me the 2 Halloween ones. A subscriber made me the angel and the heart. And my friend Brittany, she has the podcast Will Makes, but she hasn't made a video in quite a while because she had a baby last year. I don't remember when last year, but she made me that. So I hung that up. So I'm not moving where I'm doing my videos. My desk is going to stay here. But there is going to be like some new things in my room. Because right now I have a shelf. It's a 4-tier shelf. And there's one of them that I have my whips on, which is looking pretty naked from all the things that I finished. And then there's one that is like catch all. And if I can, I would like to kind of, because right now my fabric is in a huge tote. And I would like to be able to get my fabric out of the tote and on a shelf so that I can see, what I have. And that's another thing. So I have a television on Parla Vu's Crochet channel on the 31st of this month. It's the very last day. It's a Friday. I am going to have project bags, Notion pouches, and some earrings and my beaded bracelets, I think. Either that, I might not do my beaded bracelets. I might just do the project bags and the Notion pouches. Now, I also am getting the sewing bug again. And this week, I might get fabric out and do some more Notion pouches. Because I have quite a big stack of project bags. And the Notion pouches, I've been doing them long. But these next ones that I do, I'm going to do sideways instead of lengthways. So I'm definitely going to have some of those at the television. So if you can, come join that. And me and Mom are going to do, after the television on the 31st of this month, me and Mom have a plan to do a live sale again on the 20th of April. I think it was the 20th. We were going to do it on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I think we changed it to that Thursday. And it's going to be like a lot later in the day. It's going to be 8 o'clock at night. Because I think the time me and Mom chose last time, which was 4 in the afternoon, there wasn't a lot of people on that live. So we're going to do it in the evening instead of in the afternoon at 8 o'clock. So hopefully more people can come and join that. So, and I'm also going to have some baby blanket and hat sets for sale on the television, which I'm going to show you those in a little bit. Oh, I want to show you my cup. It has Stitch on it. These were $5.98 at Walmart. But yeah, a little Stitch. And I am drinking cream soda because I ran out of sweet tea and I'm going to Graham's. I ran out of sweet tea yesterday. It was like last night. It was like 10:30 last night. So I had to drink soda. But we'll get into that. But I guess we won't get into it. Okay. So now we are finally after 17 minutes of talking your ear off about absolutely nothing. I am going to show you, and I also got some Happy Mail. And I am going to show you my whips first because I only have 4 of them. And one of them I was going to start, but I did not start. And I'll get more into that whenever I show you my finished objects. So my first whip. Before I get into my whips, like I said, this week I was in the mood to finish a bunch of stuff that I have had in my closet just waiting to be finished. Well, the king blanket was a big finish, because it's only I made my Graham it's a granny square blanket, and I made my Grahams 8 by 7, I think. Well, my mom's friend has a water bed, and it's not as big as my Graham's blanket is, or bed is. So I made hers a little bit smaller. So I made it 7 by 6. And it's still pretty big. And over time it is going to stretch. So I didn't want it to be too big. So that was a big finish. And then you'll remember the 2 smaller blankets because I made all of the flowers for them. It was a daisy one and a sunflower one. I got those finished. So, the only things I have left in my closet that I need to finish are granny square projects. Well, 2 of them are granny square projects. So, the one is the Winnie the Pooh pixel blanket that I'm doing with miniature granny squares. Well, 1 round granny square. And the second is a Stash Buster Scrap Buster 5 round square blanket, which means the granny squares are 5 rounds and then I join them together. So those 2, I'm not working on them because first of all, I just finished a bunch of granny square stuff and I need a little bit of a break. And the other 2, which is one of the ones that I'm going to show you first, is, if you remember, I don't even remember when I started these. I think we were still down at the other place when I started them because they were in a bag. And when I looked in the bag, I had no idea what was in the bag. And then when I looked in, I'm like, oh, yeah, I do remember these. So, I started 2 Essential Crochet Sweaters by Pamela's Adoring Crochet. And I followed her YouTube channel, or her YouTube tutorial. And this one is almost pretty much done, I think. Jeez Louise. So, I have it crocheted together. And I have the, I'm just going to put it on so you can kind of see. And I have the like border that goes around the neckline. And I'm going to stand up. So, it'll fit. I just have to add sleeves. Now, the story with this one is I did have a sleeve started. And I was working on it about this time in the morning on a Friday. And I was just doing my own thing, not really paying attention. And then I'm like, what am I... So I did the sleeve for as long as I wanted it. And then I'm like, oh no. What did I do to this sleeve? Because I had to replicate it to go on the other sleeve. And I had no idea what I did to it. So I had to frog it. So, this is going on the hook. So I can get it finished and start wearing it. And I'm going to start the one sleeve and I'm going to write it down row by row. What I'm doing. Because I like a more tapered sleeve. I don't like it to be baggy. I like it more of a fitted sleeve. So, I know I used a 6.5mm hook for that one, and I used Susan Bates. Those are the hooks that I started with. I tried the clover hooks. I don't like the clover hooks. But I do have some of the clover smaller hooks. Like, where is it at? And of course, I moved this around, so I can't find it. So I have this little tiny hook. I think this is the this is the clover hook. And it is a 2.25. Probably can't be able to see that. It's a 2.25. It's backwards. But I do have that hook. And I also have a hook that has a protective cover on it. And it's for when I was I wanted to get into beaded rope bracelets, and I got the hook for it, but I haven't made one yet, so it is what it is. But I'm using a 6.5mm Susan Bates hook for the Essential Crochet Sweater. So the only thing I gotta do is I just have to add the sleeves to it. And I have another one in my closet that needs to be seamed, and then I can sew the, and then I can add the sleeves. But I don't have any of the colors that I used to make that sweater. So now I'm torn with, do I finish the sweater in a different color. Because I don't really need 2 of them. So I might just frog that second one. And reclaim the yarn again. So that might be what I do. And then that'll be one less thing off my list. So I have 11 projects to show you. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the one I'm not going to show you because I didn't start it. Okay, so next up is this year I wanted to do something different. I wanted to learn how to do single crochet graphgans. I understand the concept, but it is very hard to find graphgans that you do not have to pay for. But I was on Pinterest and I found a blog. It is Grandma Duck Designs, and she has quite a few block patterns. Now, these things are massive. I was going to use a 5mm hook for these, but that was bigger, a lot bigger. So I am using a 4mm hook for these. And the first one I'm going to show you is I do not have a graph, and I can't show you the graph because my phone is charging because it is only like 17% charged. So this is I will link the pattern below. Everything I talk about today will be linked below. The only thing I am not going to link below is the granny square stuff, because just go on YouTube and type in crochet granny square. Hundreds of tutorials will come up. So this is how big this thing is. It's a block, okay? So this is the Dragonfly one. And it is about 17 inches long. So it's on Grandma Duck Designs blog. So if you go on Pinterest and type in Grandma Duck Designs, it should come up. And she has an animal one. She has a camping one. She has a flower garden. She has an ocean one. She even has the start of a fall one. And she wanted to do like 20 to 24 squares. But I think she only has maybe 8, 9, 10 or something like that. She also has letters, all of the alphabet, and all numbers. So you could make this a very special blanket for somebody. Now I am doing the garden one. And I think 3 blocks by 4 blocks will be plenty big. Because these are 17 inches across, 17 inches long. And 3 of them will be a quite nice blanket. And I have no idea how I'm going to put them together. I just wanted something different. So it's all done in single crochet. And I only have 3 rows done of the dragonflies. I don't know, I don't want to call it a tail because it's not really a tail. And the pattern just has 2 different grays, a dark gray, a light gray, and white. So, yeah. So that's that one. And like I said, I'm using the 4mm hook for that because A 5 was just way too big. So, that's that one. Oh, I forgot a project, and I'm going to have to take that off. I did put that on there, didn't I? Yes, I did. The next one has more progress on it, and it has ends. See the ends? Oh, man, I just got a sharp pain in my ear. And this is the daisy block. So I'm just doing 3 petals right now. So really excited about how this is turning out. And I basically do I do about 5, it depends. Sometimes I do like 3 rows and weave in my ends. Sometimes I do 9 rows and weave in my end. It all depends on how I'm feeling and what I'm feeling at the moment. And sometimes when I'm working on them, I like to crochet over them, and sometimes I do not. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking, and I can't wait for it to be finished. So the only colors is I'm using Mainstays teal, Mainstays white, and a random Red Heart yarn yellow. This little yellow right here. It's maybe lemon, maybe. But I'm using that. And I have 2 more whips. One of them I literally just started a couple hours ago. So I follow the Twisted Hatter. And if you remember a while back, I made the Twisted Kraken hat. It's like an octopus hat. And I made it was fluorescent yellow, like neon yellow. It was bright yellow from Red Heart. And it was made with a red. I think it was Mainstays. And I made it, and I finished it. I still have that. I still have that hat because it didn't sell. And I might even put that on the television. See if anybody wants that one. But anyway, so I love the Twisted Hatter. I think she's very pretty. I like her attitude towards things. I love her videos that she puts out on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. So just recently, I had bought 2 of her patterns that I have been wanting for so long. I've been wanting these patterns. And finally, I had the funds, and I bought them. So, the one was called Bone Baby. And it's off of, like, I guess Nightmare Before Christmas. And the other one was Grubby Bubby. It's supposed to be, so I guess it's supposed to be Jack, Skellington, and Oogie Boogie. Well, I started the Grubby Bubby. This was just tonight. And I got this far on it. And this is Red Heart and Persimmon, maybe? It's kind of like a very bright, pinky, corally color. Like, this is not doing it justice. Like, that's... Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna... So, I have a stitch marker here letting me know that this is the front. And right now, I am just doing a bunch of rows all around. I think I have to do, like, 10 rows, I think. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, I almost have 8 done. But I wanted to stop and do a video, and then you leave alone. Probably left a little bit longer than I needed to, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I'm almost done with the head. So hopefully by next week I will have a lot more of him to show. So I have it started, and I am using, so I'm not giving anything away, but her pattern calls for two strands held together, double stranded. And she wants you to use a 5mm hook. I tried that. I was like 3 rows in, and it was killing my hand. And it was killing my hand, like, in this part, on both of my hands. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do double-stranded. So I'm just doing one, and I think it's gonna turn out fine. Hers is pretty big because she used double strands. But mine's gonna turn out pretty big, too, using just one. I am using a 3.75 for this, but the facial features, I might have to go down to a 3.5, or I might have to use a different hook to make the, because the smallest hook I have is a 3.5, so I might have to go down to a 3.5 to make the facial features, but that'll be okay. But yeah, so this is where I am at. I only had like a couple I think I had like 10, 11 rows to go before I was done with the head, but I just decided to finish them off, or not finish them off, but just stop for the night, or the morning, I guess. So I started him. And then my next whip, I started this one on Sunday, maybe? Should have put my little sweater on. I'm a little chilly. Because, it's not quite light. It's not even light out yet. It's almost like 7 o'clock. It's supposed to be raining. And my last whip, yeah, this is my last whip, is the Bone Baby. And I don't have much to show on him at all. But he has a big head. So this is the head. And I have the arms done. So, because you do the arms first and then I guess you crochet them in. But he's gonna have a big head. Like, I am just crocheting around and around and around, and I have 11 rows to do of that, and I'm like right in the middle of the third, I think. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the third, so I got a little bit ways to go yet. And for that one, you just use white and black for that one. That pattern will be linked in the description box below also. So, that is all my whips. Now we are going to get into finished objects. And I have a lot. And then Happy Meal. So, where should I start? Let's just start with the 3 bigger ones, I guess. So, this is the sunflower blanket that I made. It's going to be a lapgan or a baby blanket. I haven't decided yet, but it is 5 by 6. 5 squares across by 6 squares down. And I did join as you go, because I love that method. At first, it really intimidated me, the join as you go, but once I understood it, I was fine. And I'll find this tutorial. It is a tutorial on YouTube. And it's basically the same one. So I'm only going to link one because the flowers are the exact same. I just changed the color of them. So this is the sunflower one, and I used some green for the border, and then this is looking black on camera, but really it's a very, very chocolate brown. And I just put one row of brown around the whole entire thing to kind of tie it together a little bit. And I used a 6mm hook for this. So there's that one. Actually, I have 4 big projects that I have to show you. I forgot about the one. It's on my bed. And then this is the daisy one that I finished. And I used light rose for a 6. It's also a 5x6. But I used light rose, I think, for the border. So that one is also finished. I'm gonna pause you because I have to flip my camera around, or my computer around, and show you the projects that I have, the bigger projects that I have to show you. So I'm gonna pause you, but I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I finished, for right now, my retro stripes blanket. This is the big border blanket. It is by Winding Road Crochet. It is pretty big. I am 5'3" and a quarter, and it's touching the floor, and now it is not. So I just chained a lot, and I actually made it too wide. But so this stitch marker all the way down here, and this is the one that my friend Christina made me. She made me a bunch of these in plastic canvas. This is where I was the last time you had seen it. Right there. So I had done all of this. Now, I have 2.5. I am going to take this out because I do not need that anymore. Now, I have 2.5 skeins of this left. Retro stripes left. And I was going to add length to it. But it's supposed to go this way. But it fits my bed. Just got it hooked to my dresser and pulled the drawer open. It fits my bed so much better if I put it the other way. So much better. Like, it covers the bottom. It's all the way up to my other blanket. So I'm gonna put it sideways on my bed because that's how I prefer it. Yes, it is the wrong way, but it's okay. Now, to show you this one. Oh my god. Not saying never, but I hope I don't have to do another king blanket for a long, long time. Because, so, this is my mom's friend's blanket. So, I can't even feel like a ghost. And there's finally the bottom of it. Now, oh man, I'm just gonna lay that there because I am kind of warm now. That thing is so heavy. I really hope it keeps them warm at night. Sorry. Man, oh man. So that one is, I'm going to put my little stitch marker. It's a little red bird that she made me. I keep all of her stitch markers that she made me in here. She made me quite a few of them. And I'm going to get in my hair and show you. She made me this cute little box. And she's very sneaky, by the way. Because me and her were Skyping and she was working on this. And she told me that this was hers for her stitch markers. So there's a little giraffe on one side. Then there's a little hedgehog. And there's an owl. And then there's a fox. And she put felt on the inside of the box. And she made me a strawberry stitch marker. She made me these around Halloween. And it's a little pumpkin. She made me a butterfly. And I'm probably not going to be able to get these back in here. She knows I love skulls, so she made me a skull. She made me this really pretty flower. Oh, come on. I had you in here before, and you're going to go in here again. And then, of course, the little bird that I showed you. And she made me a watermelon slice. And the last one she made me is a moon. Now, I save these specially for, oh, and then there's a little monkey on the lid of it. I save these stitch markers for huge projects, like back and forth. And I'm going to be starting some blankets shortly. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might start them tonight. I don't know. But when I do start them, I'm going to use these because they're a lot bigger and I can see them a lot better than the little small ones that I make. So yeah. Little monkey is so cute. My mom's favorite is the giraffe. But I think I like them all. I can't really pick a favorite because I like them all. But yeah. So they stay back here on my desk. My little mess back here. Okay. So we are not done. So 48 minutes and we are not even done. Okay. So next is a bunch of baby sets. So I kind of went a little crazy and made I made 4 baby sets. They have a blanket and they have a hat with them. And one of them sold. And I am selling it today. She's coming to pick it up at 5:30 today. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Because she has a baby shower that she's going to this weekend. And that's going to be the gift. So I'm pretty excited about that. So the first one I'm going to show you. Where's the hat? Okay, I'm going to show you the hat first. So it's a little fox. And there's a story behind this fox. So, I started the baby blanket. And I knew I wanted to put a fox on it. So I found a tutorial on YouTube for a fox and I started it. I swear to God, the head was this big around. And now mind you, she was using kind of like thread almost. And I was using worsted weight yarn, and I was using a small hook. I was using my 3.5, and it was still coming out huge. And I said to Mom, I'm like, look at this. this thing is huge. She's like, is that the head? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that thing is massive. She's like, that's going to take up half of the blanket. So the pattern I was using was crochet, Carrie's Crochet, I think. She's here on YouTube. And her appliques are absolutely adorable. But she uses a small yarn for them. And I use big yarn and a regular hook. So for the fox, or for the hats, I use a 3.5 millimeter hook for these. And I just hot glue them on. And the baby hat is just a standard basic double crochet beanie. I do 4 increase rows, and I start out with 12, I think. And then I go to I increase 4 rows, and then I go down for 9, so there's 9 rows in total. I think I do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Yeah, so I do 9 rows in total, 4 increase rows, and then 9 rows in total. And then I do the 10th, or the, yeah, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I do 10 rows, and then the 11th row I do double crochet, front post, back post, and then I do a row of single crochet around the hat to kind of make it look nicer. So, there's a little fox hat, and here is the little fox blanket. So it's a basic granny square, and the fox appliques, so I'm using the same fox applique, except for I just do the head and a smaller hook for the hat. Now this one, for the blankets, I use a 4 millimeter hook, because that's what the pattern calls for. And the patterns I use are by the Yarn Conspiracy on Etsy. And I will have their shop link in the description box below. Because I have all of the appliques that I'm going to show you are from different bundles. So I was going to use one shop, but they were $6.99, and there was a couple of them that I didn't really like. And I found this one, the Yarn Conspiracy, and I really liked her appliques, so I ended up buying a lot of them. I ended up buying I think 8 or 9 bundles of hers, and hers were $3.99, and I like them a lot more. So this is the fox. So I have him. I'm just gonna lay him over here in my pile. The next one is the giraffe set. Here's the little hat. So this is the one that is sold. So I gotta keep it separate because it is going to it is going with me to Graham's. And here's the little giraffe. Isn't he so cute? So, and then Mom really liked the little possum. Looks like a mouse, but it's a possum. So here's a little possum, and here is the little possum on the blanket. So, really cute. I don't know why that was folded like that. That's not how I had the other ones folded. But anyway. And the last one I have is a little dinosaur, a little T-Rex, and here is the little hat. And like I said, $45. So yeah, there's my little sets. Now, can you see why I need a break from granny squares for a little bit? I was actually looking at, I was looking on Ravelry this morning for, a couple different baby blankets, because they don't always have to be square blankets to put the appliques on. So, I was on Ravelry, and then I went down like 15 rabbit holes, and you know how it is when you're on Ravelry, you look, and then you see something, and you're like, oh, I want to look that up. Yeah. So, I found, I have other ones to show you, so I'll do those first. So, I was telling you, because this kind of goes into what I'm going to show you next. So, I was looking for baby blankets that I could make for a change, like the ones that go back and forth. I kind of prefer the ones that go back and forth a lot more than the ones that go around like a granny square, because granny squares to me are just like, they're kind of like that palette cleanser. And I think that's the reason why I did so many of them in such a short amount of time. And I definitely need something else. I need something else that goes back and forth. I need a blanket that goes back and forth. And right now, I do not have any blankets that go back and forth. And I desperately need one or two of them that go back and forth. So, I have a couple in my Ravelry. I don't have a couple. I have a lot in my Ravelry library. And I am going to be picking 2 of those. And I might even start them after I do this video and get it uploaded. But, so the ones that I think I'm going to start are from Daisy Farm Crochets. Now, if you remember, or if you watch Stephanie's Yarn Escape, she's actually doing a Daisy Farm Crafts baby blanket right now. She's doing it in little cowboy colors. It's like green, linen, and brown. And I really like that baby blanket. I think it is so stinking cute. I cannot wait to see the finished blanket. So to go with the new project that I'm about ready to start, because I have one more set that I have, and this is the little so this is the hat, and this is the little pterodactyl. And here is the little pterodactyl. So I have oranges and yellows picked out for this pterodactyl baby blanket that I need to do. So I have the yarn already in a basket. I just have to pick a pattern. So yeah. I'm gonna probably do one of Daisy Farm Crafts blankets, because she has so many cute ones. I basically just need a stitch that I could do. That's pretty easy to do. I don't want to do like a V-stitch, and I don't want to do a granny stripe stitch. And I was toying around with the idea of a corner to corner. But corner to corner for me, the increases go fast, and making it a rectangle goes fast. It's the decreasing part that really makes me hold off on it, because for me, it seems like it takes twice as long to decrease the blanket than it does increasing the blanket and working on the blanket. So I don't know. I've been toying around with doing the corner to corner, but I like the corner to corner. I love how it looks. I just don't know because every time I've made a couple corner to corner blankets, and They were huge. They were like twin size blankets. And I just remember working on them. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get this one done. Because they were like twin or double sized blankets. And I just wanted them done so bad. So that's definitely, I think I'm just going to do like a back and forth one. I just have to pick like a stitch or something or a pattern that I could do, because I definitely think baby sets are going to start becoming a regular thing for me to make and to just have on hand. And I have been posting more on my personal Facebook page. But sadly, I have really been neglecting my shop and my now I did post my bags and my Notion pouches on my Facebook shop. Just because I wanted them out there, because there wasn't a lot of people that came to my last live sale. So I just wanted to show you what I have. So, if you wanted to go over and look, my Facebook shop will be linked in the description box below. And you can go in there and look and see if one of the bags you like, the prices are right on there. Or if, I forget if I put the prices or not, but if not, just send me a message like on Facebook Messenger and I can tell you all the details and stuff. But I have 2 more finished objects, and I cannot believe this is an hour long. I apologize. I apologize for it being so long. But I do have 2 amigurumi to show you. So I made a little chick, and this is by Katie Dids. His legs are kind of wonky. I guess they really are wonky. I guess he's walking. But I'm just going to give him to my mom, because I didn't realize his legs were so crazy. I mean, look at that. But yeah, he's just, I'm not really, like, the Grubby Bubby and the Bone Baby, like, has been the, like, I started these, like, last month. But yeah, I think I'm just going to give them to my mom, or take this one off and reattach it down here. Oh well, that was my phone. But yeah, I finished him, and then I finished Hippity Hop, which is another Katie Did pattern, and his ears are way too low, but I kind of like him. He looks kind of cute with his ears out to the side. But yeah, he'll be going to some little kid. And I don't know if you noticed, but this year so far I have not made a whole ton of amigurumis. So I made those 2, and I think I might have made like 3 other ones this whole year so far. For some reason, I don't know about you guys, but like, I've just been like in a blanket mood where like I just want to work on blankets. And the more and more I think about it, the less and less I like crocheting, I like join as you go, but the more and more I think about it, the more I'm like, I really hate joining squares together. I really, really do. I mean, it took everything I had to finish that king blanket and those 2 little flower blankets. It took everything I had to sit there and to crochet all those squares together. And I think I have come to the realization that maybe, just maybe, I think I'm going to stop making join as you go blankets for right now. Like, I don't mind like a whole granny square, like those baby blankets are fine. No, I have one more join as you go granny square blanket, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna frog it. I mean, I don't have that many squares on it, so I think I'm just gonna frog it, wind the yarn into a magic cake, and just call it done. As a matter of fact, I have a book right here of, so like I have my whips, and then over here I have my finished objects. And from my whips, I am going to erase this one essential sweater because I am going to frog it. And instead of starting the blanket, because I don't think I'm going to have time, you know what? I might not frog it today. I will probably frog it when I come home this week. I've been talking for a long time tonight. But I am just going to frog those two projects and just be done with it. And I think that was my gram. I'm just gonna say she probably ain't texting me yet. So, with those two projects that I am going to frog, the only granny square blanket I have in my closet is the Winnie the Pooh blanket. And I am pretty far. I'm like 19 or 20 rows into that thing. So I am not frogging that blanket. I am going to continue with that blanket. But that will be the last probably join as you go blanket I do for a while. So that has taken me down from 9 projects. No. I had the sweater. Okay. And honestly, you know what I was just thinking? I honestly don't know if I want to finish that essential cardigan or that essential sweater, the blue and green one and black one. I don't know if I want to finish it. I'm not really feeling it right now, and I don't want it sitting in my closet either, so I might frog that one too. I'm just not really feeling it. So I have 3 projects that I'm going to frog. So I will do that probably next week, because I doubt I'll have enough time to do everything I want to do today. Like, I want to start the pterodactyl blanket, and I'm just going to pick a stitch, I think. The stitch pattern that I've really liked a lot lately is the single crochet, double crochet stitch, where you start with the double crochet and you end with the single crochet, and then the next row is the exact same thing. You start with the double, end with a single. So I think I'm going to do that for the pterodactyl blanket. And then I need to find another stitch or another blanket, because I'm so sorry guys, this video is so long, but I just feel like I haven't talked to you guys in like forever, and I feel terrible about it, and I'm just trying, like, Mom's sleeping, so I can't talk to her about this, about like what my thoughts are. So you're my next thing. Because if I don't talk to, like, Graham or my mom about this stuff, I talked to my friend Christina, and she's busy. She has to get her son up for school and stuff and take him to school, and I'm just like sitting here because but so I didn't even do my Happy Meal yet. So let's just do that, and then I promise I will let you guys go. But I got some Happy Meal. Graham and Nala were out. Oh, I gotta tell you about Nala too. She's fine. Graham just had her to the vet on Wednesday, the 15th. I guess that was Wednesday. And, she is over 100 pounds. She is 105.6. If you're not familiar with my channel or you're new to my channel, Nala is my Doberman sister. She just turned 4 in December. And she weighs 105.6 pounds. She is a big baby. She's such a sweetheart, though. And when Graham comes and picks me up, she will be in the car waiting to give me a bunch of kisses. But Graham and Nala were outside, outside in the front yard, and they saw a package. Well, Graham came up and she's like, "Did you order anything?" She's like, "From Amazon." I said, "No, I did not." She's like, "Well, you have a package sitting on the front porch." She's like, "You ought to come down and see what it is." So I did. And it was a Happy Meal from Kenyatta Creates here on YouTube. And she had gone onto my Amazon wish list and bought me this pack of safety eyes. Which is, I really appreciate it, because I used a pair of the 12mm, so it comes in 3 sizes. Whoops. 20, 18, or no, 4 sizes. 20, 18, 16, and 12. So, which is really great because I was really running low with safety eyes. And I really like these ones because they have the little things, the little colors, and their glitter, and individual packs. So I'm really glad that they came because I was really running low on safety eyes. Like the bigger safety eyes, like from like 12mm all the way down to, or 12mm and up. I don't use anything bigger than an 18mm, but I do want to start working on bigger amigurumis, and so that'll be nice that I can have these ones to use. And then I got some Happy Meal from my friend Paula, and she wrote me a little note. She wrote me a little note, and I'm not gonna read her name, but she said I could say her name, but I'm not gonna read you the note. So she sent me and my mom some candy canes to put on our Christmas tree. But I don't think I'm gonna put them on my Christmas tree, Paula. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to make a garland out of these around Christmas time, and I am going to hang them. I have some bare wall over on my bed, and I don't have anything hanging there, but around Christmas time I'm going to make string, and I am going to join these and hang them over my bed. Because they're a little bit big for our Christmas tree, because we don't have a very big Christmas tree. But that is what I'm going to do. And when I figure this area out, because this is where I'm going to be, I might even put some here. But they're going to stay in the bag for right now until it gets closer to Christmas time. And she also sent me this bag of thread. And it's in these cute little like bobbins, like little things here. And I did take, well, this one wasn't, I didn't take this one out, but so it looks like this. And there is a lot of little threads in here. I don't know how many little threads there are, but I wanted to make some crochet earrings, and you use really, really small thread and a tiny hook. And I might use this for those earrings because there's a ton of pretty colors in here. So that, I think this will work really nice for those earrings. So thank you, Paula, and thank you, Kenyatta, for sending me that. And I'm just gonna keep all of this stuff in the little box until I get my shelf, because I might do an unboxing for Temu. Because as you can see, this mess right here, I got a like stationary organizer thing for it, so I am planning on putting it back there because I like my desk to be empty, and I have a couple things hanging over here on the wall, but I bought some organizers. They're like dormitory organizers. And there's two sizes. I got the large and then I got the small. The large I'm going to put over here because it has different pockets. And I can put like a tape measure, my little scissors, one of my like little tin things that I keep my needles and stuff in. And I can also put like my stitch markers in something and things like that. So I'm definitely going to leave that for that stuff. And I took my pictures off of this wall because I'm not sure how big the dormitory organizer is. But some of the stuff is going to have to move. Like I have a little bucket here that I put my scraps in whenever I finish a project and weave in my ends. And I have one hanging for my fabric bits when I sew. So yeah, I am so sorry this video is so long. I am going to let you guys go. I think I am going to start 2 new projects. I'm going to start that single crochet, double crochet blanket with the yellows and oranges for the pterodactyl blanket. And I am going to put my room back together from doing videos. So, and I'm also going to start one more back and forth blanket. I have no idea what I'm going to start. But it has to be a solid blanket so that I could put an applique on it, or semi-solid. Like, I don't want to do a V-stitch because V-stitches, I don't think it would hold very well with how many holes are in a V-stitch blanket. So, alright guys, I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope to talk to you guys later. Excuse me. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you like my video. Usually my videos are not this long, but since I had a lot of stuff to talk about and I haven't seen you guys for a while, I knew it was going to be a long one. I didn't think it would be over an hour, but yeah. I hope everybody has a great day. It's finally Friday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!